Greetings, guys, gals, buddies, and pals. I'm the one that referred to as Dezi Perado. And today, I just wanted to say that if you're using SCALER to make melodies or chord progressions, then you're a cheater. You're cheating. You can't use this program or this tool if you don't know how to do it without the program because it's cheating. But is it cheating, though? Is it cheating? That's what I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about SCALER too and the things you can do to make sure you're using this at the best of your ability, but also learning while you use it to actually become better at music theory, chord progressions. Let's check this out. This program, I went to their website and their YouTube page to kind of watch some of the videos and figure out exactly what this program did. After you watch it, it's pretty revolutionary. You probably know exactly what it does or what it kind of does if you're watching this. But I started reading some of these comments, and this is the part that was intriguing me. Okay. My music teacher punches the air right now. Music theory elite. No, you must study music theory for 32 years before you can become proficient. Mozart has left the chat. Here's a good one. I am blown away by SCALER. It's great. It's cheating. But yeah, it's great. It definitely does make it more enjoyable, and you are right. But I find it not as fulfilling. So something about this concept really intrigues me. On one hand, we have people that say it's cheating. Then I also see other people agreeing with this, but also saying it's a good tool, but they're just not fulfilled. So it got me thinking. Number one, why are some people not fulfilled with this? And number two, why do people consider it cheating? I was really thinking about this, and I think some people might consider this cheating because of this concept or this example I'm going to play out for you right now. You have your DAW open, and let's say you're a music producer. You open up SCALER, right? We're here, and let's say we're going to go to a pre-selected genre here. I'm going to do K-pop one as I had picked. And now we're going to listen to the chords. And you say, oh, this sounds good. This is cool. This is cool. And then let's say you just start dragging these chords down. Right? You do just like that. And then from here, maybe you just drag this into your DAW to get the MIDI form, and now you have this, and you're like, oh, I'm doing it, and now, right, and now let's say you just go, you're gonna go just grab some drums or something here, and you kind of just lay something down. Right? And now you have some sort of beat going on here. So so let's ask ourselves, what just happened here? Easy. What happened here was we just grabbed some chords from this K-pop sound sample 1, and we just literally grabbed the chords and put it here into MIDI and made a chord progression. Because of this, I believe that some people feel like this might be cheating because they might feel like they don't know anything about these chord progressions. So we got D major, E major, A major, E sus4, C sharp major 4, F sharp major 7, so on and so forth. So I guess the concept is if you might feel like you don't know it, so when you drag it in there and put it there, to yourself, it feels unauthentic and it doesn't feel right because deep down inside, we know our limitations and the things that, bother us or the things that we haven't learned yet to be able to even achieve some sort of progression like this. So that example of what I just did is something that I believe a lot of us do when it comes to just trying to feel a vibe, just trying to go with the flow, and just trying to put something together real quick and not really stopping to really figure out exactly what it is that we're doing. That's the biggest thing that I'm trying to convey here. What is it that we're doing? When you put a beat together, what are you doing? What am I doing? What are you doing? What does it mean to you? Is it just a quick thing you want to do real quick? You trying to cut the time down to 10 minutes? Or is this something that we can take a little longer and really, feel everything out? I just want to share with you what I do, and I feel like it makes me better, and I hope you can, use some of these tools and tips for yourself, and it might make you better too. So the first thing I did was I went out and bought myself a book like this. It's called Big Slab of Tab, and inside of here, it lets me write, ideas down when it comes to music. Let me see if I can open this up here a little bit to show you. I don't know if you can see, but these are some chords I wrote out for a song called Nature Boy. It's not my song, but I was listening to it and I kind of wrote the flow for some chords here. Now, this might look foreign if you don't know anything about music theory. So let me close this up and let's start there. Do you know anything about music theory at all? Do you know chord progressions, scales? If you don't, this is where we have to start. We have to figure out chord progressions. And when I say chord progressions, I don't mean the concept of learning how to play the piano really good and learning every single chord to the point where you're like some jazz, musician, world-renowned or anything. I just mean the concept of understanding how music moves in many different situations, whether it's blues, hip-hop, rock, pop music. Can you learn how music moves? And I'm going to show you what you can do to practice this kind of concept. To elaborate more on the concept on how music moves, I want you to go look up this video here by Access of Awesome. If you haven't seen it already, it's very popular from about over 10 years ago. And they pick a chord progression of 4 chords and sing multiple popular songs based off of that. I'm just going to play a little bit of this so you can hear it. So this is like the Lion King. Right? You see what I'm going? Or you see what they're doing? Not what I'm doing. So what they were able to do was figure out all the songs that move in that same way, right? Once they figured out the chords, they were able to then match all the lyrics to all the songs ever made in that same chord progression. We can now go back to the program SCALER 2, and I'm going to stay in J, K-pop 1, and we can listen to the chords. Let me pick the right, okay, here we go. Okay. So these are the chords, right, in this J, K-pop 1 genre. So the thing I want you to notice here is the numbers under chords. 1, E major is 2, A major is a 5, E sus 4 is a 2, so on and so forth. What I do is I try to remember a chord progression based off of these numbers. So, and with enough practice, you'll begin to understand how it works. So now, if we kind of move slow through this and take a listen to these chords, 1, 2, 5, 2. Something that I would do is kind of listen to it to see if I can maybe hear other songs within this progression, considering that it is a pop genre or pop, load out here. So. Does that sound like anything? Does that sound like anything? Just those 3. 1, 2, 5. Da na 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 na, da na na, ba na 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 na, ocean eyes. Ocean eyes, right? That's what that kind of sounds like to me. So now what I would do is I would actually go to my book, my big slab of tab book, and I would write that down. I would say, okay, a 1, a 2, and a 5, right? Equals ocean eyes, intro, intro, right? My handwriting is not that great, but, and this will be a note that I'll have in my book. And I will even go practice it, listening to it. That way, in the future, there might be another song that has the same sound or movement, and I'll be able to recognize it. And if my mind is able to correlate the way that sounds with ocean eyes, then I'm going to know that because it's ocean eyes, it's going to be 1, 2, 5. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. So let's try another chord progression here. Based off of this same K-pop. I did a video that was a 1-6-3-7. So I'm going to actually just pull the 1-6-3-7 out of here. So D major is 1. 6 is going to be 5-6 B minor 7. 3 is going to be the F sharp. 1, 6, 3. Then 7 is this one here. No, that's 6. 6, 7. Okay. So let's take a listen here. Let's do a 4 count. See, for me, when you practice this enough, you'll kind of start understanding if stuff should be happy or sad. And because this program, detects different scales and things, I already know that major is going to be happy. I actually want to change this to minor. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to put it here so we could do a comparison. So look, this was that sounds good too. If you're into that, you can keep it that way. But I want to go minor. Maybe we should actually bring this down an octave here. Let me see. Actually, let's change this to a 7. Boom, dum, dum. I like that concept better. So here's the thing. If you don't know any chord progressions off the top of your mind, which you're probably not going to know because we're just starting out, go to Google, literally type in chord progressions, right? You can click on images, and then this will bring all kinds of pictures and things of things you could look at. Look, I'm gonna pick this one, major chord progressions. Or let's pick this one, common chord progressions rather. Common chord progressions, the reason I picked it is because it has the numbers. 1, 6, 7. 1, 4, 7. So here it tells you the 1 is going to be A minor, 6 is going to be F, 7 is going to be G. Now, why don't we, as a test, take this 1, 6, 7. We can go into Scaler too, and we can look up a 1, 6, 7, right? Let me remove this. So 1, D major. Let's go 6, 6 here, and then 7, 5, 6, 7. 1, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Okay. My Roman numerals is kind of bad. I just see V's and I's, so it's like I have to just count them out. All right, let's see. So, so now you know that's a 1, 6, 7. So after you figure out your chords, you want to write them down, practice them, and really start becoming familiar with how it sounds. That way, when you hear a song that sounds familiar, your brain might be able to subconsciously pick it out and say, "Oh, that's a 1-6-2-5," you know, or that's a 1-6-3-7, or that's a 12-bar 1-4-5 blues. Oh, you know, you're just able to just pick it out the air. But this does take practice. A lot of practice and dedication. I hope these few tips and ideas that I have on how to actually learn the numbers from chord progressions and how to use Scalar 2 to improve yourself, you find beneficial. The biggest concept and key that I want to share, and I was trying to convey here, is the concept of practice and learning what it is you're hearing. I don't know why I have these on. Learning what it is you're hearing. With more practice and dedication, you'll be able to get better at this, and you'll be able to identify what you hear when you hear a song's movements. One of the biggest things that, you know, us producers face is the concept of, you know, beat block, or the concept of getting lucky. When I say getting lucky, I mean, I know so many producers that they know how to use their DAW. We all know how to use our DAW, but really can't understand it exactly as what we hear because we haven't really put in the time and the practice for that specific purpose or task. So, I mean, for me, the end goal is for us, you know, to not feel like we're getting lucky anymore, and for us to be actually able to make music or good beat every single time we go to the studio without fear of, oh, I hope I could put out a hit today, or I hope I can make something good, or, oh, I got to make 20 trash beats before I make one good one, or I got to make 100 trash beats and 10 out of 100 are going to be good because, you know, that's how I work. It doesn't have to be like this. Take the time out, listen to these songs, listen to your progressions, get your book out, write them down, practice them, practice listening, and slow it down. Slow it down. We don't have to, you know, try to make a beat as fast as possible. You know, I made a beat in 10 minutes. I made a beat in 15. It doesn't matter. Make a beat in 15 minutes one day. The next day, take an hour out and practice going into Scalar or whatever chord progressions you want, and familiarize yourself with the sound. This is the only way we can get better. This works for me. You know, this is the only way I got better. You know, everybody's different. I just hope you can take something out of this that'll help you in the long run. Really, you know. If you got any questions, hit me up. You know, if you like this kind of thing and want to support me, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that kind of stuff. And until next time, you guys have a great day.